Now, Brett, jumping into the MLB, we have plenty of lines out already for Thursday's games. And I'm going to start off with a parlay that I like between two teams that are rather heavy favorites. We have the Chicago White Sox at the Kansas City Royals. They're wrapping up a series. And we have the Milwaukee Brewers at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, both of these series have been interesting. I'm going to be taking the Brewers, though, who have Freddie Peralta on the mound, who's been spectacular, 7-3, an ERA under 2.5, and I'm going to take the Brewers money line and combine it with the White Sox money line, and that's going to get me at plus 150. Both these guys are heavy favorites, around minus 180, so I'm going to be putting them together, getting a plus 150 value on two teams that I truly believe should be winning this, especially when you see the White Sox also have Rodon on their mound, who is having arguably just as good of a year as Lance Lynn. It's hard to tell who the best pitcher for that White Sox franchise is this season.
Yeah, the Brewers game will be interesting. I'll be excited to see if they have Eduardo Escobar in the lineup. He was acquired Wednesday night by Milwaukee. So definitely two good games to watch, Higgins. Um, as for what I'm betting on, I'm going to start off with the Braves Mets game. Drew Smiley versus Taiwan Walker is what I'm seeing right now. Mets minus 130 on the money line. That's within my range, Higgins. And I'm going to back my team. I'm going to take the Mets minus 130. I think we need a win. I think we got our all-star on the mound. So good spot for the Mets. I'm definitely betting a little with my heart here, though.
All right, we'll see how the pick goes, Brett, with the All-Star Walker on the mound. Last episode, you backed the Mets too with Stroman on the mound, and he failed it for you, so I hope Walker can pull through. Let's talk about a game, though, that you and I both have some skin in. And that's going to be this West Coast matchup that's been really exciting so far this year. The Dodgers and the Giants. It's great when there's this California rivalry picking back up some heat. And we got David Price and Johnny Cueto on the mound. And honestly, Brett, I'm not too confident in either of their abilities this late in their career to shut down these powerful lineups that have been stroking the bat so well and hitting the ball really strongly this year. So I'm taking over 8.5 at minus 115. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that get to 9 or 9.5 by Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. So I'm jumping on that now while it's at 8.5.
Yeah, over is a good play. I'm taking the division leaders at plus 110. Kind of similar thought process that here, Higgins. I'm not really sure it's going to come down to the starters, might come down to the bullpens. At that point, it's anyone's game. I'm just done not believing in the San Francisco Giants, Higgins. So I'm going to start believing at plus 110.
I mean, they did get the first win in this series 2-1. That was on Tuesday. They're playing on Wednesday night as we are recording as well, Brett. The Dodgers have a 3-0 lead in the third, though, so we'll see how that goes. One last MLB game I want to talk about is the Baltimore Orioles and the Detroit Tigers. And we just talked about it. There was an exhausting game between the Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers on Wednesday, 17-4, but it was a semi-early game that got wrapped up at 4 p.m. local time. So they should be landing in Detroit to host Baltimore now, get home, get a normal night's rest in their own beds, and they got their young star Casey Mize on the mound. So I'm backing Detroit at minus 1.5, especially when you look at the team's run lines over the course of the year against the run line. Detroit is the fourth best team in the MLB right now at 55-8. Meanwhile, Baltimore is the fourth worst in the MLB at 44-55. They're just starting off a series right now. Detroit's bats were plenty hot today. Can't see why they can't carry that over into their home park and do it again and get a win for their home team. Minus 1.5 at plus 120. I'm going to be taking that positive value.
All right, Higgins. And then I'm going to find myself on the Athletics and the Angels. The Oakland A's made a shocking move on Wednesday, picking up Starling Marte from Miami. Also trading Jesus Luzardo in that deal, which was a big deal because he's a promising young pitcher. I guess now for the Marlins, but they're renting Marte. They could re-sign him. I think it's a big move for the Athletics, who are clearly going for it this year, or at least going, to try and make the playoffs. Oakland's plus 100 tomorrow. The Angels have yet to make a move. Still no Trout in the lineup. I haven't said Anthony Rendon's name since the World Series with the Nationals. So I'm taking Oakland plus 100, Higgins.
I mean, you look at that AL West, if the Astros do end up pulling away, maybe the Athletics can try to challenge them or secure a wild card spot. Could be very interesting. Seattle's trying to hang around in that West as well. Maybe they can all try to keep that West competitive. But Brett, you brought up the trade deadline with that traded with Marte. It's time again we mentioned it. We've been saying it the past few episodes. Wait till the lineups are announced before you place your bets, people. We're giving out these picks while we see value early, but it's important to maybe be betting while those lineups are finalized in case there are some trades. I mean, we heard rumors about Max Scherzer on Wednesday about maybe there even being a trade done for him before the end of the night. He wasn't scheduled to pitch per se, but if he's to go somewhere, who's to say the pieces that are involved? A lot of the NL West teams were mentioned in those trades, for example. Who knows who else gets moved? Who knows what ends up happening these next few days? Friday is the deadline, though, so it's going to be a scramble these next 48 hours, I'm sure, right, Brett?
Yeah, Higgins. I mean, the Nationals didn't even play due to 12 positive COVID tests. So I'm sure more news will come on that on Thursday. But yeah, lots of crazy stuff can happen at the deadline. So you never know with these lineups.